Welcome back, guys, to CFL Central. CFL content for the fans, by the fans, and we have our preview coming up. Week 3 of CFL action. We got another 4 games all nicely spread out among 4 days. We got three of these games should really be really good, and one of these games will most likely be a blowout. I'm excited, and we're going to start as well with the Bombers go back at home for probably going to be their toughest game yet against the BC Lions. And now this will be interesting, as I believe Dominic Rhymes is out, but Lucky Whitehead is in, from what I heard. The situation for the BC Lions in this game. Looks like Jackson Jeffcoat is not... he might be ready, I'm not sure. That kind of sounds like it's going to be a game time decision. I don't think it'll make too big of a difference because I've liked the way that Haba's been playing. Dalton Schoen looks to be out for this game. Brady Oliveira, I've heard, is going to be a game time decision. As I've seen some reports saying he's practicing, and I've seen some saying that he's been taking a little bit of rest while he's practicing. Johnny Augustine was able to perform decent there in that spot, and they haven't really used McRae, and they've used Dembski sometimes in that role with that jet sweep play. So I don't think the running game is completely shut down if Oliveira doesn't go in, but it's definitely something that hurts because Oliveira is gotta love olives. He's good. It's a good part of that running game for the Bombers, and I still think this receiving core still looks good even without Lawler and Schoen. I would like Lawler back, please. But I mean, if we look here, we still got Nick Dembski, Drew Wolotarski, Rashid Bailey, and Carlton Agudosi as our 4 receivers. I'm still very much pleased with that. I've liked the way that Wolotarski has played as of recent. Agudosi has played strong. Dembski was leading the charge in that first game. But yeah, I guess I'll let you get a word in here as I've been rambling here, Rick.
So just to clarify a few things, Jeffcoat's not listed on the injury report unless he's on the 6th game.
That's why I wasn't exactly sure.
Schoen practiced full today but didn't practice yesterday, so he's questionable.
Okay. Well,
Oliveira did not practice 2 days, so he's doubtful, so chances are he's not playing.
Oh, I see. But I thought he practiced yesterday, but he didn't practice today. That's what I thought it was.
So the only 2 people that practiced today is Schoen and Darby. Houston didn't practice. Houston didn't practice, but that's a non-injury related. So whatever that is.
Yeah, no, Demario Houston's going to be a guy you wanted. He's had a few really, really strong games. But I mean, like if we're looking at the Lions side of things, the Lions have performed quite well so far. Their defense has been good. They're going to have a formidable opponent going against this receiving core of the Bombers. Even if Dalton Schoen is not, and there's still a lot of damage that can be done there. Dominic Rhymes has been the go-to, so I think that hurts BC with him. Looks like going to be out this game, I believe, right? Doesn't look, I've heard that Dominic Rhymes.
Yes, Dominic Rhymes is out.
Because I heard that Rhymes is out and Whitehead is in. So
that is correct.
Yeah, so I'm confident that Lucky Whitehead is going to put on a strong performance, as he always does, against his former team in Winnipeg. It's been a few years, but I remember that. I remember the 2019 Grey Cup parade. He had a semi. And he was like, he's like in the semi at like the Forks. That was lovely. It was lovely. But anyway, so going on this game for a bit long. But my final prediction is I think the Bombers will win this game against the Lions. I think it'll be a very close game. Closer than the 2 games the Bombers have played so far. But I think that they might be able to, using the ultimate power of vanilla, get past the BC Lions. I'm sorry, I got to use that. That vanilla offense. Well, that vanilla offense is number 1 in the league. So say what you want. What's your prediction?
I will say this. I'm picking Winnipeg.
Okay.
by 3.
Yeah, exactly.
However,
Yeah.
however,
Oh, we have an asterisk.
all depends on what Winnipeg team we get.
Interesting.
If you get the Winnipeg team that played against Hamilton, BC will win. If you get the Winnipeg team of
Again,
last week, Winnipeg will win.
well,
So
you
all
know what
depends
it's
on
not
which
even. I
Winnipeg
don't
team
even
shows
think it's
up.
the Winnipeg team of those two games against each other. It's what fourth quarter Winnipeg team do we get? Do we get the Hamilton fourth quarter or the Riders fourth quarter? Because that's
Well,
really
okay,
the difference.
that's kind of what I was aiming at,
But yeah, but so yeah, so I'm going with Bombers. I always go with my Bombers. They occasionally let me down. Cup final, but you know it is what it is. But let's get into our next game of the week, which is the Montreal Alouettes versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats. If you guys don't win this week, I'm concerned. This is a must-win for Hamilton.
I will be at this one, I will say.
Oh, so you can witness it all in person, whether it's the
Yes.
self-implode.
So here's the thing is with us, if you took our offensive line now
Yep.
and checked everyone that was off the injured list, we could field 2 offensive line teams. That's how bad our injuries are. Yeah. So Sandini, we get him back. He's going to be making his home debut at home.
That's nice. Yeah.
So that helps us in the receiving core. What else was there? There was a couple of players that were banged up. We signed a new offensive lineman today, and we still have 2 days of practice, so it's kind of too early to tell who's going to play and whatnot. I will say, though, I don't care how people want to call it. Argo fans will say it's garbage time. When Matt Schultz came in for the last 9 minutes, he went 3 for 14. So I have a funny feeling he's going to do well against Montreal. The question is, what Montreal offensive line shows up?
Wait, he went 3 for 14?
Or sorry, 13 for 14.
I was about to say 3 for 14 is awful. No, because I was about to say I knew that Schultz had a good performance when he did go in. Cody Fajardo has been interesting so far. He's been Cody Fajardo.
Sacks. I mean,
he's dealt the problems that the Alouettes have dealt with have actually been less of Cody Fajardo and more of what's in front of Cody Fajardo. I think if you're the Alouettes, you are terrified of this Ticats D-line. Because if there's any D-line that's going to be causing this many problems, it's either Bombers or the Ticats. Or the Riders, actually. Even the Riders D-line has looked really, really strong as of recent. In their performance. Not necessarily on paper, in the way they've been performing. They've been overperforming as of recent.
So looking at the injury report today, yep. Lawrence Wood is limited, but his is an illness, so it's okay. But he was placed on the 6 game, so I don't know how long you have to be on the 6 game for.
I see.
Before you can be taken off. Adeleke, he's hamstring, he'll play. To me, I think it all comes down to Montreal's offensive line. If Montreal's offensive line and our corners. If our corners are horrible, this game will be interesting. If Lawson has another good game this week, because he had a bit of a hiccup for the beginning,
yep,
I think we will do well. But we have the hometown fans. As Saskatchewan likes to say, we have the 12th man. I'll use the reference, but yeah.
There you go.
Our fans will be crazy as our first home game, but it is what it is. But
is that your guys' home opener?
Our home opener.
Oh, there you go. Well, I actually I forgot that was actually your guys' home opener.
Now, because you got to remember, we had 2 games on the road.
No, that makes sense.
We have Montreal, Ottawa, and Edmonton. So if we do not clean sweep 3 games, then there's something obviously wrong, and you got to be nervous.
Yeah, no, this is a must win for the Ticats, and I think because they have their backs up against the wall, and with the way that Schultz played, with the problems that this Ticats D line can cause, despite the fact that it didn't go so well for them last week. I think I'll put it this way: there was always that question in Toronto that would be make or break when it came to Chad Kelly. If Cody Fajardo was playing up to his highest potential and Chad Kelly is playing up to his highest potential, I think Toronto is much more of a formidable opponent. I mean, they won the Grey Cup last year, and they kept most of their team. So it's one of those things where I'm going to be taking the Ticats in this game over the Alouettes for the simple fact that I think that the Alouettes are going to have too many problems offensively against Hamilton. And even if Hamilton's production is low, I think we're going to get a low-scoring game here.
I'm gonna take an idea out of your playbook.
Yeah.
If we get a full 60-minute Hamilton second half defense for the whole game, we will win.
There you go.
Because we only let Toronto get 10 points in the second half.
Yep.
And you guys only got 13.
But so you have to have an official pick with no asterisks because we got to have our picks. No. So your pick is Hamilton, right? Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Fair. If we can play a full 60 game,
yep,
we will come out winning nonstop.
That's fair. That's fair. So, yeah. So I think we both got Hamilton in this one. So we'll go into our next game of the week. We got the Saskatchewan Roughriders versus the Calgary Stampeders. So this one will be a little bit interesting because Saskatchewan played not great against Edmonton, barely beats Edmonton. They play against the Bombers, lose by a decent amount, arguably have a better game though. Trevor Harris puts up some decent numbers. They just couldn't keep up defensively when like their corners and their defensive backs just couldn't keep up with the receiving game. They did okay with Oliveira. They were able to cause some problems with that D-line. The D-line has performed pretty well for the Riders at the start of the season, especially in that game against the Elks. That was one part of that game where the Riders were excellent, was that defensive line against the Edmonton Elks. And then we have the Calgary Stampeders, which had a very rough start and then seemingly picked it up at least a bit next week with a 26-15 win over the Red Blacks, which is both not that impressive because Ottawa has been in trouble without Jeremiah Mazzoli, but then also it was a good bounce back for them. So both teams kind of with, I'd say a bit of bounce back performances. So I think this will be a very good game at McMahon Stadium. I'm actually going to take the Riders in this one in terms of who I believe is not who I want to win, but who I believe is going to win, simply for the fact that Trevor Harris has been playing excellent as of recently. Emilius had a great game for them, and so I think that this Riders offense would be able to do more damage against the Calgary defense than they were against the Bombers defense. And I believe that D-line, in addition to the problems that Jake Mayer has had just on his own, I think the problems that this Saskatchewan D-line can cause to exacerbate the problems that Jake Mayer has had will tip this very much in Saskatchewan's favor. So I think that Saskatchewan is going to beat the Calgary Stampeders this week.
So depending on how things go over the next 8 hours,
yep.
These two, just looking at the injury reports, this game is going to be horrible.
Oh, who all is that? So Kadeem Carey, is he still out?
So Kadeem Carey's 6th game.
6th game. Ouch.
You have Bagleton, who didn't practice today.
Ouch.
Malik Henry, who did not practice today. So there's your 2 top receivers.
Ouch.
So one has a rib injury, one has.
So you have your 2 top receivers and your top running back out.
Then you swap over to the Saskatchewan side.
But who's Saskatchewan got out?
Hickson never practiced. He's out with a shoulder injury. Breskison didn't practice. He has a shoulder injury. Christmas is out. Well, he has a knee injury.
Yep.
McGilligan Jr.'s injured. Lanier the second, he's injured with a foot injury. So I mean, they do Moncrief and Marshall did practice, but I mean,
So here's
if
the
you
thing.
count
It
all those
like
people, the same
Saskatchewan Saskatchewan's got more injuries. I think Calgary has more damaging injuries though, in the sense of the guys that Calgary has out are guys that they rely on offensively.
but like I said,
You
there's
have
still
both your throwing and running game getting severely shafted there. Like that's not good.
but I mean,
So
at the same time, look how much Mills stepped up last week.
that's true. That's true.
So I mean, like I said, the next 48 hours are going to be crucial.
To see who is going to be ready for game time
Yeah,
and who's going to be and that's kind of one of those things that's always interesting about doing these predictions is that matters so much in football, and like in the sense of where guys will be out and they just need a little, sometimes they just need a little bit of time, and it can make all the difference. So who are you taking in this game?
you know what though? I think this is going to be one of those weeks where we all have all the same picks of every week.
You're out of the
Because
camera
before
there.
we started to read, what's that?
I said you're out of the camera. You're going like
Oh,
this.
well, no, because I was looking at my phone because I didn't think that you thought that I was like following your picks. So while you're talking there, I took a picture of all my picks before I wrote down your picks.
No, you're
Because you're
good.
gonna be like,
No,
you're because
just pick.
well, no, because I have Saskatchewan too. So we're like,
I
we
don't
have
care
like
if
the
you.
same
I don't.
three
I
for
don't care
three.
if we have the same ones or not. Just make the damn pick.
I said Saskatchewan.
No, there we
Because
go. That's fair.
I don't think Calgary has the depth to beat, and also if
I
Harris can get a
they're
400
too
game,
handcuffed offensively to be able to do any real damage to Saskatchewan.
and I don't think Merrill will have a better game than
But even if he does, who's he
Harris.
throwing to? You
I mean,
you give him
Barnes and Tucker.
like not bad, but like that's that we're leading the entire game with that. I don't know. So yeah, I'm taking Saskatchewan, despite the fact that I hate Saskatchewan. And everyone knows it. I wear my Bombers stuff every week. But let's get on to the last game of the week. Is it a game? Is it, or is it just like a free event that you can now with all you people in that one section? You guys got free tickets to the game.
The PP2 section.
Oh my goodness. This is going to be a blowout. Swag Kelly is going to run all over the Elks.
You might as well call this a practice.
This is going to be
Toronto.
brutal. Toronto is going to run over Edmonton here. We're looking at a possibility of like a 45-0 game.
So
do the Elks get shut out 2 straight weeks?
So here's the
Gino
thing.
Lewis was pissed.
I haven't seen the Argos injury because they haven't practiced this week. So this is how I've seen Kelly in my first in-person game.
Yep.
So I compare him with his one game that he has not thrown any passes. To me, he's kind of like a combination of Drew Brown and Coleros. Drew Brown, or what did I say? Drew Brown?
You said Drew
Sorry,
Brown.
I meant Drew Brown.
No, I just wanted to make sure this wasn't like some quarterback I wasn't aware of named Drew Brown.
No, so like when Drew Brown goes in like the 1 yard rushing for you guys.
Yeah.
And then the Claros throwing. Because I think Kelly will end up with more rushing yards than more rushing touchdowns than he will be passing touchdowns this season.
Interesting. Do they keep Chad Kelly in for short yardage?
He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
He had 3 rushing touchdowns. Oh, those.
And he had no passing.
Interesting. Interesting choice there.
Mines.
So that also is a bit risky because I mean, those rushing plays are the highest chance you're gonna really get your QB all messed up. But yeah, no, I this is a situation where the Elks they're just outmatched. They're just outmatched. So
I honestly
Chris
don't.
Jones is gonna not have a great time. The Elks are gonna lose more money. Everyone's gonna come to their next game for free. Who is in section PP2?
I mean, unless the receivers can step up. Mines. I don't know if you've seen the tweet today or not,
Yep.
but the Edmonton Elks owner
Yeah.
sent out a tweet to Mr. Beast. I don't know if you know who Mr. Beast is
I
on
I
social media.
I know who Mr. Beast is.
And he said, let's do something together so that we can get butts in the seats for 56,000 fans. So I don't know what Mr. Beast has sent back to him, but the owner
If
is trying to
Mr.
get
Beast knows what
something.
the CFL is.
Well, yeah, that too. But I mean, Mr. Beast knows how to get butts in whatever event you
Oh,
have.
Mr. Beast knows how to get he knows how to get crowds. Yeah.
So I think Edmonton's trying
The,
to
the, the,
get
the,
more fans
honestly,
in
that
the
might be the
seats.
best business move I've heard the Edmonton Elks make. That might be the best business idea I've ever seen them come up with. It's better than
I
this
mean,
free games till we win
I
idea.
mean,
So
what else are you gonna do? I mean, LL Cool J only got 33,000 fans in BC, and they have a 60 stadium.
yeah. No, I
So I mean,
actually I was
something's got
talking
to
to my
work.
buddy and he loved that LL Cool J was there. He was like, bro, it was just awesome. He was because he was there, so he said it was a great time. But so I'm taking the Argonauts. I'm almost positive you're taking the Argonauts as well. So it sounds like we got all the
As
same.
much I hate, as much as I hate to say
Well, I mean, yeah, I hate saying it with Saskatchewan, but I mean, this is about who I think is going to win, not who I want to win. But yeah, so yeah, we got all the same picks this week. Bombers over Lions, Ticats over Alouettes, Riders over Stamps, and Argos over Elks. So let me know in the comments section down below what your guys' picks are for this week. Maybe some interesting takes you guys might have, or maybe some interesting takes on our takes that we had for this week. Maybe you think I'm a complete idiot. That's fine. It's okay to be wrong. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys in the next one.